Hi, I'm Robin,
And I'm Kristen.
and we are back. I know that we had said that we were going to be doing mono,
We did, but we
and
lied. Ha ha ha.
no, we didn't lie. It's just that some things had come up this week, and unlike our schedule prior to
Come back.
their comeback, we had things scheduled like the albums and the shows and everything, but now we're in real time.
Which is crazy
Yeah.
because we were like anticipating what that would feel like when we got here. And I don't know if your head has stopped spinning, but
No,
mine is still
no,
going.
no, no. There's a lot of content out there. There's a lot going on. Um, just different the different concerts and the different areas and things to that effect. And then what we're going to be talking about tonight
Mhm.
um, is what happened earlier this week with the Grammys.
Yes.
And when that came out, I think it was Monday, Sunday night or Monday.
No, no, no. It was the 29th.
It was the 29th.
Yeah.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. 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 Because a lot of people were saying that was the purpose for number 29.
Uh, See,
I love
there's just stuff rolling out.
I love Army's humor.
So-
So funny. So funny.
but with that, when that came out on the 29th, I don't know, it sparked conversation between you and I.
It's part yeah. Yeah, yeah,
And it's as we, roll through the days, we realize it sparked conversation among a lot of Army
yeah. Hmm.
and those who aren't, you know,
Army.
like Army, but and even the Academy
It,
came out and spoke
honestly,
about her.
it's been one of those things that triggered a lot of conversations between a lot of different people.
Hmm.
I mean, there are people who, from what I understand, there's a crazy amount of news coverage over
Yes,
this
yes.
all across the world.
Oh, okay.
People are talking about it, and you have people who never really spoke about BTS or K-pop are talking about this because it's beyond just BTS
It is.
and
Yes.
even going beyond just the category. So before we get way too into it, there are some people who are listening who may or may not know the entire story.
True.
So let's start. Let's back it up a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
A few months ago, the Grammys announced new categories
Hmm.
for this upcoming um, award
Season. Yeah.
season,
Hmm.
and one of those categories was Best Asian Pop Performance, and the criteria for that were basically anyone from an Asian-speaking country whose music was done in an Asian language.
Hmm.
And it just seemed really odd given the timing of it, considering how well BTS was doing with Arirang
Hmm.
and how a lot of people were talking about them being contenders for Album of the Year.
Right.
And then after sweeping at the AMAs, I think it was a double down on that one. And so that category felt like it was created to keep them from being able to win in the categories we felt they deserved
Yeah.
and they
Yes.
know they deserve.
Right. Yes. And
So without getting too into, where our loyalties lie, well, I think y'all know. I think y'all know. But, just to make sure that the conversation stays fairly neutral, I don't know how well we're gonna succeed, but I'm gonna try.
yeah.
I'm gonna try.
Oh. Yeah.
I think you can handle it. I don't know if I can.
Okay. Okay.
I'm giving
Fair
you I'm
enough.
giving you way more credit than I'm giving myself because over in my lifetime you have demonstrated restraint where I have not. So so I'm gonna do my best to keep it neutral and just speak on what's been happening instead
Right.
of getting emotional or bringing in my own opinions. So backtracking to that, like I said, the category was created. Speculation was that it was because BTS was doing so well, and it was an effort to keep them from achieving what was deserved. Um,
Rightfully so.
yes. Then this week, all 7 members announced on their Instagram stories that they would not be submitting for the Grammys.
Right. Any
And
music.
huh?
They won't their music. They
Yeah,
won't
they
be
won't be
submitted.
submitting any of their
Any of
their
their music.
projects.
Yes.
nothing. Um, which was a powerful move
Yes, it was. I agree.
because it would be one thing to just kind of silently opt out, but they publicly stated they weren't going to be partaking. And the uniform message that they had, let me find it because I know I saved it. The message read, "We decided not to participate in this year's Grammy. We hope that music can be heard and loved by itself rather than being divided into region or language. Thank you to Army and everyone who is always with us." So all 7 members at the same time posted this message, and I think, you know, it I don't think it sent shockwaves.
Oh yes, yes,
It
it
sent
did. It
shockwaves.
did. Because of how good everything is going, how great everything
Everything's
is
going.
going.
Mhm.
With the album, with the concert, with the appearances and things to that effect.
Mhm.
It's going very well.
Yes.
Very well.
I mean, I remember jokingly saying 2026 was the year of BTS, but that was for me personally. I didn't realize it was literally the year of
BTS,
BTS.
yeah.
I should have known, but we have no prior experience. We didn't know what a
No.
BTS comeback really looked like. So yeah, we're seeing it like you were saying in real time, and wow, like there is always something happening
Yes.
because
Yes.
it is truly the year of BTS.
And I think the way it, they rolled out, and because they knew, Army was waiting. We were
Mhm.
waiting. We were patiently waiting, and they rolled out. And I think they rolled out in a very, good fashion, wherein they had the concert, the comeback concert, and they had
The
uh,
Netflix special, the
right,
documentary.
right, the documentary. So and then the releasing of Swim, and things just rolled out really, seamlessly. And from that point on, seeing all that was going on everywhere that they went, you knew it was going to be a big thing.
There was definitely a huge impact at every stop that they made.
Every stop, every stop.
Huge impact.
Yeah. So, with that being said, the now, do you have the exact quote of the CEO?
Oh, that man wrote 2 pages.
Oh, okay.
I am not
Okay.
quoting him, so I will paraphrase
Yes.
what he
Okay.
basically
Okay.
said without giving my opinion. So, well, before we get to that,
Okay.
in between them posting, which for us here on the West Coast or us here in America, it was the wee hours of the night.
Mm-hmm.
For them, they were back home. It was the middle of the day, broad daylight. But for us, I was in bed. I was in bed
I
when
know.
somebody texted me, "Did you see this post?" And I was like, "What? No." And then I looked it up and I was like, "Oh my God." And then I came and I told you.
Yes.
Um, so they post, and then the very next day, like within not even 12 hours later, the Grammys had removed their performances. So now, unless you're looking at either BTS's, like their own the performance that they own, the version of the performance that they own,
Right. Mm-hmm.
or somebody's screen recorded performance that they uploaded on YouTube, you can't find their Grammy performances. So
Not
they've been
any of them.
removed anywhere, like from their website, from their YouTube. They've removed all traces of it.
And how many performances was that?
I think they have performed 3 times,
Okay. Yeah.
3 or 4 times. I know that they've done Butter. I know that they've done Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and those I think are their top two, the Grammys' top 2 performances ever.
Did they do DNA? No, they did not.
Not
That
for the
No,
Grammys,
not for the
no.
Grammys. Right. Right.
But yes, the
Yeah.
Dynamite was their number one
Dynamite.
most viewed Dynamite, Butter, one of those. I think it was Dynamite. Most viewed performance in their history,
Mm.
and they removed it.
Mm.
So that was like a oop kind
That
of
was,
moment.
yeah, very oops kind of
Then
moment. Yeah.
then came the CEO's message, basically stating how they regret that BTS is, not submitting for this upcoming Grammys, but they respect their decision. And then they go on for like 5 paragraphs about how the category of Asian pop performance, and I will say they only called out that one. They didn't call out any of the other ones, but they only called out that one about how that was supposed to bring about unity and celebrate diversity, and it gave everybody a greater chance of being rewarded or awarded for their music. What we heard was what we heard was we created this category for you and we were ready to give you the award for this category that we think that you fit in, that we wanted to give just for you.
Yeah.
Like so many people said when the category was introduced,
Mm-hmm.
it's giving participation trophy. It's
Yeah,
giving,
it's giving.
and you know what? I will quote Tyler the Creator here because he said this years ago when they were talking about the urban category
Mm-hmm.
and his feelings on that. And what he said was, it's like your little brother wants to play games with you and you give them the control that's not plugged into the console
Oh,
so they can
stop.
feel like they're participating. And it is very much giving that. It is. It's, it, for you to say like, hey, you've been doing fantastic, your album's great, your performances are selling out, you guys are charting everywhere, so here's this category where we're going to give you an award, you're shooing for it.
Yeah.
This is so you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's likely to happen is with all of these new categories, there's not going to be time to introduce them on stage. There's not going to be time to present them. So what's likely going to happen is that they're going to win off camera. So they don't even get the airtime, but they're not going to be told that, because if they were told that they would win off camera, they wouldn't show up.
Show up.
And what happens when they show up?
They make money.
Everybody, yeah. Because like you were telling me about the ads.
Yeah, the ads, the ads. This is what I heard
from past Grammys.
Yes, this is what has happened on past Grammys, that BTS was there. The advertisers specifically requested, and I'm going to say I'm paraphrasing because I don't want to misquote or get it wrong, but this is what I heard, that they were specifically asking for the time span 12 minutes before, 12 minutes after their performance, because the viewership was going to be high. Mm-hmm. So their product would definitely be viewed,
yeah, and they'd get their money,
and they would get their money,
which means that the Academy could justifiably give those time slots at much higher price points, which means more profit for them. So, and I know that the boys know this. I know they know this because RM clocked this years ago. And I remember that clip seeing, and I think it was the year that they performed Butter. And I remember seeing that clip of their category coming up, the presenters up there on stage, and Jimin just kind of turns around kind of excitedly, and RM just shakes his head. And Jimin's like, got it. Okay, we're just gonna cheer anyway, because we know it's not for us. It's just that I mean, I know that's gotta sting. The other thing is, given how badly they wanted this, which is why this move was so huge.
Yeah.
They have been talking about a Grammy for most of their career. Mm-hmm. Once they started breaking out into the Western world and they were getting recognition, the Grammy felt like the next logical step.
Right.
Everything was lining up where, in any everyday situation that would make sense. It's like, hey, I'm doing this, I'm meeting the criteria, we're being recognized, so Grammy.
Right.
Yoongi has talked about it repeatedly. That has been a dream. So for them to say, they're going to sit out the Grammys when they know they probably would have won that Asian pop performance without any, like, there would have, it would have been, like I said,
A
they
shoe.
probably, it was a shoe in.
It's a
They
shoe.
probably knew that they could have taken that home, no doubt.
Yeah.
But it's the principle. And that's why I love them, because when it comes to the integrity of their character and their music, they don't
Nope.
budge.
No.
They don't budge.
They don't play.
So instead of saying, like, well, you know, this is an easy win for us, at least we'll have the Grammy, right? You know, at the end of the day, we wanted the Grammy, and it doesn't really matter how we got it. They decided to respect themselves, but also respect their peers.
Right.
This
right.
was a huge, and this is a huge move for their peers.
Exactly. It's not just them. It's
Yeah.
not just them.
So I think, you know, having that, carrying that, like the fact that they decided to take that stance, knowing that it's not just the weight of their group, but the weight of the whole K-pop industry, and not even the K-pop industry. You got C-pop and J-pop. Like,
yeah.
It is a heavy burden, and I know they're feeling it, but at the end of the day, they're going to be remembered for that move.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I can't tell you who wins those little categories without Googling it.
Right.
But you always remember who wins Artist of the Year, Song of the Year, Album of the Year.
Right. Because those are their three major.
Those are the three major ones. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna say allegedly in what I spoke about regarding the advertising, because I don't know for a fact, but I just know that these guys stood 10 toes down, as I hear.
Oh, look at you!
I know, right? That's what I'm saying.
The kids would be so proud of you.
Oh, well, you know what? That's what I aim for. You know, that's what I am. 10 toes down. That, you know what? Thank you, but no, thank you. And I say bravo. I say, you know, do what you have to do, maintain your integrity, and continue like they have been doing to move forward with the power of, they don't even know.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
so
they have a lot of influence, they have a lot of pull, and their fandom, the fan base is huge.
Yeah.
We're huge and we're moving.
Yeah.
There's, you know, we're speaking out about it, we're making moves. We've always been in their corner.
Oh, absolutely.
And I say we as a collective army, not we as us individually, because we just got here.
Yeah.
But even then, we ride at dawn. Yes. Like, we're ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that in going into the power of army, I know that a lot of things that I've seen, you know, as this news, you know, it's broken out and people are talking about it, these conversations are happening online. There is conversation about why all of a sudden now it's being recognized so widely about their decision, when some stuff like this has happened to Latin and Black artists for years. And I saw somebody respond to that tweet, basically saying Army moved in such a way that they wouldn't let BTS be unheard. And the difference is the artists that were affected by decisions like this before, their fandoms weren't moving like that. So now that you're looking at it, if you're a fan of one of those artists that were affected by that, and I am too, instead of saying like, well, how come nobody cared when it was my favorite artist or whatever, instead of saying that, say, you know what, better late than never. I don't know if all I'm going to say is jump on the bandwagon. Now is the time to jump on the bandwagon, because the more we can amplify the injustice that's going on, the harder it will be for it to be ignored. Yes. So if you feel like your favorite artist was done dirty in the past because of a category that was introduced after they were moving in a way that they deserved one of those top spots, you couldn't do something about it then, or you didn't do something about it then, but you can do it now.
Yeah.
We can, stand behind. And I know it looks like, well, why am I standing behind BTS? I don't even know anything about BTS. I mean, you don't have to. I think if you're just standing on the principle of the matter,
stand behind the artists.
But you also have a lot of artists that are standing behind them as well.
Right,
And odds are that the people that you love that were affected by those decisions in the past are probably seeing history repeat itself and are also standing behind BTS. So it's not far-fetched to think like, hey, by standing behind BTS in this decision now, it's going to be a positive outcome down the line for people that look like me. Mm-hmm. And artists that I love that look like, those that are being, taken advantage of, because essentially that's what it is. It's being taken advantage of. They're being invited to this award show for views because they know that these are popular artists that majority of the people love, but they're not rewarding them for being popular artists that majority of the people love. It's
yeah,
it's not fair and it's not right. But if you don't take a stance now, when? You didn't take a stance then, you don't take a stance now. Like, at some point, you're going to either have to stand up or shut up. So please stand up.
Yes.
Stand with us.
Yeah, it's sometimes you get to these times where you just have the opportunity to say, you know what, it's not fair.
Enough is enough.
Right. And it's not right. So, let's be fair. They're artists. Yeah. This is what they do. And if you reward artists for the greatness that is in them regarding their art, then let's give them, let's be fair and give them their due. So and I'm not just speaking about BTS when I say artists. I'm speaking about artists
as a whole,
across the board. So, it's
because I think at the end of the day, we support art for art's sake.
Yes, we do.
I think that when you look at the type of artists that we've stood behind, they were true artists. Mm-hmm. They are Michael Jackson, true artist. Prince, true artist. Yeah. And I'm gonna even throw in Marshall Mathers in there because that is a true artist. I don't care what you say. That man is gifted and he's skilled and he knows he's bad. Yeah. But he also made a statement about 5 or 6 years ago about how the Grammys were rigged and it's corrupt, and how they just they reach out to these hot artists that everybody loves and they make it seem like they're going to win, and that's how they get them in there. He was speculating, so I'm gonna make sure that disclaimer is I don't want him coming at me but like, you misquoted me. I'm so sorry. I would never, Mr. Mathers. But he was talking about that whole process, and he used Jay-Z and Beyonce as an example. And he said they're probably getting on the phone with Jay-Z's people and Beyonce's people, talking about like, oh yeah, your record was doing great, and kind of hyping them up, giving them the impression that they'll win. So they show up. And when they show up, the viewers show up. Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty sure these conversations were probably had with BTS as well in the past, and that's why they showed up, because there was this idea that they could finally win. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I proceeded to say, we are.
Sorry.
No. We are in their corners. Mm-hmm. We trust and believe. We believe in the artists. We celebrate their art and their gift, and they did the right thing.
They did the right thing, I will say I'm extremely proud.
Yes.
I'm proud of these guys who have no idea who I am, but I'm proud, and I just need them to know that. I just need everybody.
By chance here,
I just need everybody to know that that I am proud of them, because I was going to support them either way, but I knew that category wasn't what they were trying to make that category seem like it was. And just like so many other army out there, we didn't fall for it. We weren't bamboozled, but we decided that in the event that they did decide to submit under that category, that we were going to support them.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So we're proud of them. They made a really tough decision. I know it hurt. I know it still hurts.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this is a positive move.
Yeah.
In the right direction.
Yes. So, okay.
I mean, is there anything else that we have? Anything else you want to say?
I am. I'm just glad we had the opportunity because you and I have been speaking off to one another about this all week since it started happening and or since it was posted, not started happening, since it was posted. And I just I felt like let's get on.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Let's just sit back and talk about it and figure, not figure it out, but let's just talk about it with, how, like we have been doing with one another. So we just wanted to share with you guys. And let us know how you feel. What were your thoughts?
Yeah.
About this, because, you listen and
I was going to say we don't judge. But
no, you know what?
No,
I just like, if you want to share, just share and let us know what you think about all of this, and how it made you feel.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure this isn't the end of the story. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more to talk about later. So just like we realize that our schedule is kind of kaput. Who knows when we'll be back having a conversation like this again?
Yeah. Because this is going to roll all the way through to February.
Yeah.
Until the awards come up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
With that, we're going to end here.
Okay. And
we will pick up with Mono next week. Yes. We promise. Even if something happens, we're gonna try to keep her, at least do like the first half of the album. At least try.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys next week. Bye.